Hello everybody and welcome again to training day. You guys will notice a few things that are a little bit different than you remember them. Look Mom, no hair! Yep, that's right. I look a lot prettier now without my long flowing locks getting all in my face. And you guys should also notice that we've had a little bit of an upgrade as far as quality is concerned. Yes, we are now shooting in full 1080p. So what's that mean to you guys? That means everything looks pretty full, even bigger. I figured now that since I've got a little bit nicer setup, I'm going to start doing this the way that I like to do it. I'm not a big city down kind of person, but due to the fact that that's kind of how vlogs go, that's what I've been doing thus far. Now you guys are going to see me in my element, which is me talking with my hands a lot while standing up, which is lots of fun. This is Training Day episode 3. But this is the first official episode for the Daily Elixir. Ominous chord, lots of other cool stuff that I can't do because I'm not very good at editing things yet, but eventually they'll be like, and links everywhere, and yeah. So, this is my first episode for the Daily Elixir, and from now on you guys are going to be able to find Training Day right here on the Daily Elixir, along with a lot of other cool programming. So, what we talked about last time was kissing, and beginning at the beginning. So, if you guys want to kind of brush up on the stuff we've already talked about, it's on my personal vlog channel, which I will have an annotation around here somewhere. The thing we're going to be talking about today is actually going to be what do you do after the beginning. We talked about begin at the beginning. We talked about keeping it simple, stupid, so that we don't overwhelm our people. But in order for us to move on to step 2, we need people to understand and master step 1. One of the biggest things a lot of people get in trouble with is they will try to move too quickly for their audience, and that just ends up confusing people and turning them off really quickly. So today's episode is about how do you know when they have mastered step 1? How can you tell what your people are retaining? It's all about retention today, and regurgitation, depending on how you want to look at it. A lot of people think that the only way that you can find out if someone has retained the information that you have given them is to give them some sort of a test. And basically, I'm kind of against tests. Tests in general teach people to regurgitate information without ingesting it. It basically teaches people that, okay, well, this is the answer they're looking for, so this is the answer I'm going to give. And it doesn't help you to figure out what they've learned and what they know. It just helps you to figure out how good they are at saying the things you said back to them. So yes, can you use testing? It's been used in schools for centuries. That's how we base what people know in a million different places. And they do have certain places. My favorite way to figure out if people know what it is that I've taught them is I have them teach it back to me. What? That's kind of weird. No, it actually makes perfect sense. See, if I have them just say the exact words I said to them back to me, all I know is that they've got a good memory and they can understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. It doesn't really help me to figure out what they know and if they're ready to move on to the next step. So, what I will do in a lot of instances when I'm training someone is I will have them explain what it is they're doing to me in their own words. To give you an example, one of my favorite games is Small World. It's actually the 3rd episode of Tabletop by Will Wheaton that I ever watched, and it was just an amazing game. I actually went out and bought it. It was the first game that I bought for my tabletop group, and I loved it. It was so much fun. And I've taught probably about half a dozen to a dozen different people how to play the game. To figure out if they understand step 1, step 1 is basically understanding that these are your units and this is how you take over certain areas. You know, it takes 2 units to take over an area, and then for every other thing in there, like a mountain or another unit in there, it takes another unit. In order for me to understand if they know what it is and they're ready to move on to the next step of maybe going into decline or using any special powers or counting up their points or anything like that. I will have them explain how they are taking over each territory. It's like, okay, so I'm taking over this territory because it's empty and so it only requires 2 people. And I'm taking over this territory because there's 1 lost civilization and so that takes 3. And this one has a mountain in it and it also has somebody else's unit, so that's going to take 4. By having them explain it to me, first of all, I know what it is that they're thinking. Second of all, it's reinforcing the training that we've already done. Not only are they actually doing the thing that I've just trained them, which is good to get the kinesthetic learning style. We'll go over learning styles later. Remember, step 1 before step 2. Also, they're going to be doing it audibly. They're going to be able to hear themselves, and they're going to be doing it visually as they're actually doing whatever it is they're doing. They're observing themselves doing it. And everybody else that's learning with them is going to basically get a second round of training. And they'll be able to sit there and go, oh, well, it's going to be my turn next, so I'm going to watch this and I'm going to see how they do it. And that way, everyone is not just getting taught once by me, they're getting taught by every other person at the table. And that way, everybody learns 4, 5, 6 times, depending on how many players you have. And it really keeps reinforcing it. And we also know if they sit there, oh, well, I put 2 in this because there's no unit and the mountain doesn't count, you can sit there, whoa, wait a minute. Actually, the mountain counts as a unit, so you actually need another unit there. So they can actually see things happening and go, oh, that makes sense. And you can adjust any sort of training from that point on. To review, yes, we want to keep it simple. And yes, we want to begin at the beginning. But once you're done with the beginning, how do you know when you're ready to go to the next step? And my personal opinion of this is get them to teach it back to you. It's very, very simple, it's incredibly effective, and you know exactly what it is that they think they learned, and you know exactly what it is that you taught them. What I'd like for you guys, since this is my first daily Elixir vlog, I would like you guys to teach me something back. Go ahead and in the comments below, let me know what you guys are starting to take away from this. And feel free to use your own examples. Maybe you've actually started using the Keep It Simple idea to try and get one of your friends into something new. Maybe you're noticing people that are teaching you things using techniques just like this or very, very similar. Let me know in the comments what you guys are getting out of this. And let me know what it is that you think this step means. You know, give me some practical examples. Also, we're getting closer. I'm probably going to have maybe 1 or 2 like technique type vlogs going up, and then I'm going to put up my first kind of how-to practical application of everything that we've talked about. So keep letting me know, what do you guys want me to teach you, to give you a practical application of this. So you guys can see how all this stuff fits together into an actual cohesive training experience and training opportunity. So keep leaving those in the comments. Obviously, guys, if you like the video, hit the like button. It makes me feel really good. Me likey thumbs up. And also subscribe to the Daily Elixir. It's really, really cool. We have a lot of amazing people. And even though we've just launched and we have a really nice roster of people that are going to be helping us out with this and giving us some really cool content, we're going to have more. We're going to try and keep this growing and turn into something amazing. So every day you guys can check out the Daily Elixir and see something really cool that you guys are going to like. So subscribe to the channel. Let us know how much you like us by subscribing. Follow us on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I'm @TrainerJody. I like to post lots of things about the vlog and just random thoughts that I have that no one really seems to care about, except for me. And that's what Twitter's for. We also have a Facebook page, so find us on Facebook, like the page so that we know you guys like us. We will have announcements and things like that going over there. Check out my personal channel. I've got some cool stuff there. I've got some rewards videos for the people that voted me on the Geek and Sundry website. I've got a little song thing that Amy Dallin, I love you, Amy, that Amy Dallin thanked me for, and I'm going to hopefully be giving her the sheet music to it. So yeah, check out my personal channel. Check out everyone on the Daily Elixirs personal channels, because we've got a lot of cool stuff that we're going to be doing there. Stay tuned, because this is going to be an amazing thing. So that's it for me today, and I will see you at the next training session. Bye.